Is Doom, the Dark Ages, worth our time? We're about to find out. Welcome everyone to episode 228 of 1 Hour, 1 Decision, 1H1D. I am Chris.
And I am Tom.
And we take 60 minutes and, well, sometimes play a random game on Xbox Game Pass.
Usually.
We've done about 200. I would say, give or take 200 that were pretty random. Every once in a while, we want to, mix things up a little bit, randomize the randomness.
or just play a game we both want to play.
Yeah, there you go. So we are talking about Doom, the Dark Ages, and let's just get into it. Developed by id Software. The longest time I didn't realize it was actually id. I always thought it was ID.
Id ego, super ego.
Oh. That's what that meant. Okay. Well, this game came out in May of 2025. And,
yes.
It is a multi-platform release, so we've got it everywhere. Congratulations, PlayStation. You got it too. Well, not Switch. Maybe Switch 2 eventually, but not right now, as of this recording.
Day one Game Pass.
Day one Game Pass. That's the beauty of Game Pass. That's why we've done this for 200 episodes, 200 plus episodes. But anyway, I played this on the PC, 69.55 gigabytes on the PC. Tom, what about you?
It is curiously 8 gigs larger on the Series S, 77.47 gigabytes.
Yeah, that is odd. You would think I would think there would be some sort of Easter egg where they get this 666 or something like that in one of the file sizes, but no.
Right. Yeah. Or you would think the textures would be reduced on the Series S.
Especially on the Series S. Very strange. Very strange. But Tom, what kind of game is this?
I wrote first-person shooter. And then I was like, okay, well, and then I changed it to first-person shooter smasher for the Shield.
You're right, because Shield is a very big part of this game. Very big part. And I just wrote down, it's friggin' Doom. What else do you need to know? It's friggin' Doom. It is a first-person carnage, mayhem in every way, shape, or form that you can think of. That's what Doom is.
The quintessential first-person shooter.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, what is that game, Tom?
I have shoot and pummel demons to close gates to hell and save humanity from invasion.
Okay. I said move from arena to arena, delivering sweet justice to these hellspawns.
Also accurate.
Yes, very accurate. And we are, now we're going to be seeing how accurate our likes are with each other now. So here we go. What do we got, Tom?
Okay, so I'm going to jump around on my list a little bit, but I want to say the introduction of the Slayer, the doomguy.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
What a way to start a game, huh? What a way to start a game. The music just gets you pumped.
My controller's just vibrating in my hands. Stuff's about to go down.
And it did. He just levels up. That's the other thing. This is like the power fantasy, right?
Oh, yeah.
You everything that you do in this game is so visceral. Even when you jump, when you land, there's the impact of your landing. It's just like, holy cow! They really made you feel like this guy can just rip through anything and everyone.
You absolutely feel powerful.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. The music just gets you going, and wow. And he's got that nice frilly little cape that he's got. For some reason, they gave him a little cape, but hey, sure. It works.
They show it to you in the third person shots because you're never going to see it.
Never going to see it. Never going to see it because you're too busy just smashing people in the face with your shield. And it's unbelievable. And Tom, this game, it's a first-person shooter, but we've got a parry mechanic.
Yeah, the shield bash feels really good.
Yeah,
and then you're running around, you're shooting dudes with a shotgun, smashing them with the shield.
Yep.
And then you get to that point in the game, and it's like, oh yeah, by the way, you can also block some things and send them back at the enemies.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, this just feels unnecessary, but I'm
Okay.
totally here for it.
We're here. We're here. I mean, and the other part I appreciate about this game, which I think Doom Eternal did a pretty good job of as well. I'll be honest, I didn't play Doom 2016. I still need to play that. But I mean, Doom Eternal was just nuts. But like this like I think had a nice clip of introduction, like tutorials and stuff like that. And I think you and I both also put notes about the fact that this seems like the most accessible Doom to be to date.
Yeah. You really have the ability to customize your experience, like, and they're very like, it was almost a dislike insofar as like how many screens you have to get through before you start the game.
Right.
But I didn't put it in the dislikes because I appreciated that they were trying to fine tune the experience before you began.
Yeah.
And with the little asterisk that, like, if you didn't like it, you could totally change it later. So I was like, okay, if you're going to make me jump through all these hoops and then I'm stuck with what I picked, it would have fallen into the dislikes. But because I think they were really trying to let you hone in what you want to experience, it stayed in the like column.
And like just kind of like how we were talking about with As Dusk Falls, like how it's a good barrier to entry to playing a game, a video game. Like this is almost like, okay, you've played As Dusk Falls, you could even I could even say you could go to Doom Dark Ages because of like all the, you know, lowering the difficulty, because there's literally like a section where it's like they help you aim. Like there's a like crazy aim assist that's available to this game. So you know that person that's trying first person shooters for the first time, this might be one that you could give a shot to, literally. So. But yes, the shield is super important in this game, and makes you feel like the most roided up Captain America with what you can do. With
yeah, good call.
Yeah, because like you could do so I guess you could do 3 things with the shield, at least that I got
in the first hour.
Yeah, in the first hour too. That's right. And that's like you could do the shield bash, which is basically like a rush towards a particular enemy that you target. And then you could do the parry, and then you can do the you get the accessory, where you throw on like the blades that go around it, and you could throw your shield like Captain America and get it stuck into people, or break shields as well. And then I don't know if you get to the part where you get the jump, the bounce jump kind of thing.
No.
Yeah. So you throw it. There's like certain pieces of geometry. Essentially, it's like a like some weird body that you could throw your shield into, and then as it bounces back, it allows you to kind of jump further distances. So they're really pushing the shield in this game.
I mean, Chris, there's also just the fact that you can use it as a shield and block incoming attacks, right?
Yes. You can.
It is also a shield. Like if you just hold down the shield button, you will not take damage or take less damage or whatever.
It's just so funny because it's like when I first saw the shield, I was like, how are they going to do that? How are they going to put a shield into a first person shooter and like make it feel good? And they pulled it off. They freaking pulled it off. And like this game, my goodness. There's so much chaos, and the damage modeling on the character. Oh, like you see, like just chunks of flesh just falling off.
Yeah. When you get that the shredder gun, and just bits of the enemy are coming off.
It's like, holy moly, that is intense. I'm trying to remember if they did that in 2020. Well, in Eternal, but man, it looks so good. The game looks so good overall.
Yeah, I think it does a really good job of looking modern and contemporary, but at the same time, still keeping all those little Doom things that make Doom, you know, the collecting of keys, the little face of your guy in the bottom screen raising his eyebrow and giving you the looks, you know, just so many little touches that it's like, no, this is very much Doom. You know, tracing all the way back to the first Doom, you know. And
like the imp is back. He's throwing his fireballs and stuff like that, but like obviously a lot more menacing looking. Before he was just like a brown kind of naked man. Just throwing shit at you. But that was,
you've got bad guys riding pinkies.
It's nuts. It's I love the camp of this story.
Oh
It's
yeah.
just so over the top, so unnecessary. Like you're just like this is one of those like 80s, like those like 80s 90s movies where it's just like, oh man, the costumes and everything that like everyone,
Yeah.
obviously it's not costume, but whatever, the garb that the
Yeah.
enemies and like whoever is just wearing. Oh, it's just they don't make it like these like this
And
anymore.
no, they don't. I want to also call out that enemies drop health when you're hurt.
Yes.
So it's like if you're not hurt, you're not going to get health.
Yes. Yes.
But if you are hurting, all of a sudden, you're getting rewarded for inflicting damage. And so
Right.
it really encourages aggression,
Oh
right?
yeah. Yeah.
Because you would be inclined, generally speaking, if you're hurt in a
Yeah.
shooter,
Run
to
away.
run and hide,
Yeah.
right? Like run and hide and snipe and try to, knock out the enemies from a safe place.
Yeah.
This game is, don't do that. The game
Yeah.
is like, no. The
Yeah.
right answer is to get right up in their face
Yeah.
and smash them, and they'll drop, the sweet treats you need to get back in the game.
So good. Yeah. The aggression system is so satisfying. Like it almost makes me wish that it had the opportunity to make like a Wolverine game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, obviously, who's doing that? The Uncharted guys are doing Wolverine, right?
Naughty Dog?
Naughty Dog. Yes, they're doing Wolverine. So it's like, okay, fine. Let's see what they're doing. But oh my god, like a first-person Wolverine, like with all the damage modeling they do, like oh my god, that would be sick. That would be sick. Anyway, that is, and like I feel like this feels faster than old school Doom. I don't know.
Yeah, it does. It does, which is hard to do because, the original, the early id games felt really fast.
Yeah.
But this feels really fast too. And then it just does other things on top of that you could have never dreamt of, when we were kids.
Oh yeah.
Like you get on a turret and you're shooting down this giant monster of a thing.
Oh my gosh, yes, I forgot about that.
And as you're shooting it, it's charging up a meter.
Yeah,
and then when you get enough of this meter together, you deploy like a mega attack. And all the while, this thing is stomping closer and closer and closer to you. And the time is, you're like, I've got to get this guy down soon because he's going to be stepping on me.
And again, like chunks of him is just falling off too as you're shooting him. It's just like, you're like, why won't you die? But it's like, yeah.
And then you're being charged by these guys with bombs strapped to them, like Helm's Deep. Like, it's ridiculous.
Unbelievable. Like what? Like this is. I mean, we're already talking. No, okay. Let's get to our dislikes. We're clearly gushing over. We're clearly gushing.
Yeah.
But I do want to say it is a first person shooter, Tom. I don't believe you can see your feet.
Yeah, like we said, like you've spent, they've built an amazing character model.
Yeah,
and then it's a first person shooter, so like you're not going to see it at all. So
yeah, I mean, you see the hands, you get to see the punching and stuff like that. But yeah, you don't see anything. What a damn shit.
It's on some level to be expected.
No, I take that back. You see his feet when he kicks people.
I didn't even realize you can kick people.
You can kick. There's certain because I'm going to kind of segue into the executions because in Doom Eternal, it was such a big thing about these glory kills, the executions, and like so here the executions were just kind of lame. It was literally, I think, just like a punch. And like, yeah, they exploded to a billion pieces, but like,
yeah, you're right. Okay.
But like Eternal there was like some drama. Like when he got to like, I forgot the big orange, like floating ball in the original Dooms. Like when you got to do execution that, you would like pull the eyeball out.
Oh,
you'd hear like a satisfying pop when it comes out. And it's like, oh my God, so crazy. Oh, it was so good. So like, but like here they just like kind of punch and that's it. Like you're done.
Yeah. You like stun them and then you hit them pretty hard, like uppercut them and they just explode.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm trying to like rationalize why they did that, and it's probably because one, maybe they didn't have enough time to get it done, but the other part is I feel like maybe they felt like that slowed things down, and it feels like this game
and it would because you're killing so many of these guys,
so many, and it's ridiculous. But
like you wouldn't want a drawn out animation, and you certainly wouldn't want it to happen every time.
That's true. It's just like my thing is, because so much is going on, those glory kills just give you like a slight moment to just breathe.
Yeah.
So you can be like, okay, because like with Eternal, I felt like it was the arenas were very much a puzzle because it's like, okay, how do I take out everyone in the most efficient way?
Sure.
And it's not, and like in this one, it's just like, how do I just mow everyone down as quickly as possible?
Yeah.
I know that sounds similar, but it's different because of the way that like with Eternal, I felt like it was really important for the type of gun that you use because only certain guns can do can hurt certain enemies. Like this one, I feel like it doesn't really matter. You can switch, like if you're out of ammo for one thing, you can go and switch to another one and you could still do some damage. And of course you got the shield.
Yeah, I never felt like, I'm out of ammo of the gun that I needed to use, you know?
Yeah.
That never happened. I did toggle between the guns because I would be out of ammo of this or, what have you. But and I guess that kind of segues me into, I felt like it was too easy. Like from the beginning, I put it on ultra violence because that's what it had said. Like, if you're comfortable with first person shooters, this is the mode you should play, is kind of like what it said, I read through each of them, and ultra violence is like the third difficulty setting from the third hardest or whatever. And I was playing that and I was never really in any kind of trouble. And I didn't have the aim assist on, and I didn't have, a lot of these little handholdy things.
Pro gamer.
And I'm playing on a controller, which is not something I'm comfortable with, generally speaking, for first-person shooters. So I expected it to be hard, or at least harder than it was. So I ended up having to switch to Nightmare. And then even still, I only died one time.
Wow.
In the hour, I only died once.
Wow. Interesting.
And that was before they started handing you the items that when you die, you don't really die. So now I have those. So now I'll never die.
Well, again, I mean, maybe it's just that they're trying to fulfill that power fantasy of like, just, this guy is just a walking manifestation of carnage. I don't know. It's ridiculous.
And in fairness, they do have like difficulties that are even harder than Nightmare. Where it's like Nightmare Plus, you know, where they've disabled certain things or the enemies hit harder or whatever you want to call it. And so maybe that's where I need to go is to, to set it even more challenging. But
maybe
we'll see.
The one thing I noticed, and again, we're only playing the first hour, but it didn't seem as vertical in terms of the playthrough of this game. Mostly, it felt like playing original Doom, because in original Doom you did not move you did not have a control over your camera. You were just, I mean, other than kind of side to side, and that's it. So yeah, I felt like you were just mowing down people in front of you, and that was basically it. There was like maybe a couple of things where you can kind of clamber up, and that's about it. But people were like, but generally you're just kind of like there. And I'm sure as you progress in the game, there's going to be probably flying enemies and stuff like that. So yeah, I will hold my tongue, but I just thought,
a grain of salt.
We're talking early into this game. So and I don't know, I'm trying to remember if this is supposed to be a prequel or not, because I'm very confused about the timeline.
It is. We can get into that a little bit later, but yes, it is a prequel.
Okay, cool.
Let's see, other things I didn't like. There's ammo to do melee actions.
Oh yeah,
that's just silly.
Yeah,
I understand it's basically for cooldown, but like they could have just done a cooldown, right?
Yeah.
Like just. You do a couple and then there's a timer.
Yeah.
It's weird to have to collect ammunition to do melee attacks.
I mean, they made this whole presentation again of like you getting another gauntlet, which I thought was also kind of ridiculous, because like
aren't you already wearing a gauntlet?
Yeah, you're already wearing a gauntlet, and I just feel like they just put spikes on top of the other one. So I was like, all right, well, I guess that's a choice. But,
and it is weird because like when you get the upgrade for the shield, it's very obviously an upgrade for the shield because it's just the spikes.
Right. That's a good point.
So the gauntlet could have been like a set of brass knuckles or something that upgrades your existing gauntlet.
Yeah.
And I don't think he actually takes off the current gauntlet to put on the new gauntlet.
I think
I
you
don't
hear it.
remember.
You hear it.
Oh,
You don't
okay.
like, you kind of like, you hear the hiss and like it drops and then
Okay.
you put it on.
All
But,
right.
like,
Okay.
yeah. It's but yeah,
It
it
is.
is.
I was going to say sometimes it's a little hard to see what's going on because the game is dark.
Mm.
And I understand that it's a stylistic choice. Doom has always been dark and gritty and grimy.
Right.
But, you know, you have such beautiful models and things that you've made. And then a lot of times it's just all kind of dark and muddy, you know, happening.
I will say, I know they put like kind of the window dressing in the game with like the humans that are just kind of just like, they just feel kind of pointless. They're just kind of sitting there like waiting for you to like,
oh yeah,
like do something.
Don't trust the Slayer.
Yeah. It's like, what? It's like, it was weird. And like,
I'm here to save you.
Yeah, I'm here to save you. Although, you know, he doesn't say much, but yeah, it was just, I didn't think those models looked that great, which is fine, I guess, because you're not really there to talk to them or interact with them. But yeah, just, you know, just pointing things out as I see it.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair. In the first hour, you don't get a sword. I feel like if you're gonna have a shield, you should probably have a sword.
Yeah.
And then, like, in the menu screen, they show you like this really wicked flail looking thing, you know, like this big spiked ball on a chain.
Okay.
He's just holding it menacingly. You don't get that in the first hour either, but presumably it's going to show up later.
Yeah.
And I thought the map shows you where the secrets are, and that to me felt kind of lame.
Like, it does? I didn't even look at the map.
It ruined like the discovery element of things. So it's like,
too bad.
Oh, over here is, you know, a special little, you know, collectible. And I'm like, well, if you show me where it is, like.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, to be fair, though, they do try to, like, even though you know where it is, you still have to figure out how to get to it at times because, like, you have to use your abilities and stuff like that. But I didn't even look at the map. It's like, oh, yeah, you look at the map. I was like, I don't like this map. I just left it because I like the 3D maps for me always just get me like more confused about where so,
and it does have that like yellow beacon or golden beacon of where you're supposed to go, so
right so
you just point yourself in that direction and you'll get there eventually.
I mean, I will say there were moments where I felt like I was getting without looking at the map again, but where I felt like I didn't know which direction I had to go to without looking at the map. So it was, you know, it is confusing. But again, like, I feel like original Doom had that problem too, where like every room looked the same, so it was just hard to figure out.
And you find yourself going around in circles looking for XYZ. I will, even though we're in our dislikes, I will say it is nice that the map shows you, like, if you've been in an area and completed stuff there, it gives you like a little check mark on it. So you know which things you've done and which you haven't done.
Okay. I think I vaguely remember seeing that in Doom Eternal. Now that you say that, the check mark thing just gave me a check mark in my head. Anyway, all right. So, are we good here? We get to our other thoughts.
Yeah.
All right. Well, according to How Long to Beat, this game takes between 12 to 20 hours, which makes sense. I believe there's like 22 chapters.
Wow.
Yeah, 22 chapters. So they're probably about like 30 minutes a clip or something like that. So
I guess it really depends on how much you want it to be a collectathon.
Yeah.
Because when you wrap up each level, it gives you like a recap. And did you beeline it for the end of the map, or did you look around for stuff?
Right, exactly. And this game does have cross saves, play anywhere in xCloud, so anywhere you want to go with Doom Slayer, you can probably do it.
Excellent.
So good on id for doing that. Now what you got, Tom?
So I read up because I really needed to know. I didn't see anything about a sword, but there is a mace.
Oh.
And the flail will show up later in the game.
Nice.
You do get them as items. It's also apparently the first game in the series to allow players to pilot vehicles.
Oh,
so piloting, that I guess the little turret action we got is just a little taste of that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
There is a 30-foot mech apparently that you pilot later.
Oh, so you didn't even get to that?
No.
So,
go ahead.
Just so you're aware, in the next chapter, which I guess I beelined it to that next chapter. You watch one, like, this mech fight that Titan. that you want, another one of those titans.
Okay.
So you get to have your little like kaiju battle, Tom. Just so you're aware.
Sounds good to me. Apparently, you also get to pilot a dragon.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, it's fantasy medieval, so
it's true.
You asked earlier. This is indeed a prequel to 2016's
okay.
Doom, and then Doom Eternal. So it's the third game in that franchise, but is a prequel to those two.
Prequels, I swear. Okay, go on.
Yeah. It is the first game to use id Tech 8 engine. Ooh. So Doom Eternal and that newest Indiana Jones games were both on Tech 7. So.
I see.
And because for anyone who's curious, the original Doom was on Tech 1. Oh. And the engine they used for good old Wolfenstein 3D is referred to as Tech 0.
Interesting.
Okay. So they've been working on their own proprietary engines since they were born. So,
that's the thing. They don't license out their engines.
Oh.
That's interesting because it looks great. Like I feel like if other developers got a chance to use it, maybe they can do some cool stuff too. But whatever. I guess they want to keep it to themselves. So be it.
Hey, you got to keep that secret sauce on your Big Mac.
Fair enough. All right, Tom. Now, we need to find out, are we keeping this game on our respective hard drives, or, well, are we curb stomping, shield bashing, parrying it in the face so it never, pulverizing it so it never existed in our minds?
Turning it into chunks.
Yes.
Okay, so I think, and I've written it this way, let's be honest, okay? This was a pretty easy sell. From the outset, both of us wanted to play this, right? And I'd say the only thing it really does wrong, in quotation marks for me, is be too easy. And there's an obvious remedy for that, which is make the game harder.
Crank it up.
It's loud. It's fun as hell to play. And that's, at the end of the day, what counts. So, yes for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. So, going back to this franchise, especially since like I fell off of Doom after the Doom 3 horror fiasco that there was. I wanted to slow things down. When going back and playing Doom Eternal, that game like literally grabbed me by my face and dragged me through the coals. Like it was just that intense. Like I remember like I had to use like Visine after playing, like having sessions with that game. It was intense. But it in the most loving way, right? And this game, Doom the Dark Ages, does that, but like this time it kind of drags me through some like plush meadows. Like it's still very like visceral and all that stuff, but it's like more casual in a way.
Yeah. It is a very casual first-person shooter, which is such a strange thing to say.
Strange. It's so strange.
It's like you're a medieval man who's also like being dropped from a spaceship and there are aliens involved. And it's so ridiculous and so far-fetched and like sounds like there's no way this could be accessible. and it's a prequel to an existing series. Like there's so many reasons this shouldn't work. And yet it does.
But and because that, I just want to see this game through. I want to see where this campy, weird ass story goes, and we'll see how that does.
22 chapters later, you'll find out.
Yes, indeed. So those are our thoughts. Let us know what you think of this game. Follow us and say hello on Blue Sky at 1H1D, on Twitter and on Threads at TC1H1D. Check our next streams on Twitch at twitch.tv/1H1D. And if you want to shoot an email, do that at tc1h1d@gmail.com. And we post these on YouTube, so you might be watching this Doom highlights here.
Yeah, you might be seeing me in my green and black to celebrate the Doom guy.
Why not? And that's great. Check that all out there on the YouTube. Send a comment down below what your favorite moment of Doom is in general. This entire franchise. Maybe you do like Doom.
Tell us when you joined. What was your first Doom? It's like, what's your Pokemon,
Yeah. Yes.
When did you get on board?
Yeah, that would be fun. And 1H1D is part of that QTV network. So if you like any great gaming content, check it all out at quitthebuild.com/network. Now, Tom.
Flawless
victory. Now we need to know, what are we playing next?
Where do we go from here?
The Doom guy's not helping us with that. The surprise me button is. So here we go as we deploy it. Okay. Ashen.
Is that what happens when you set fire to all the demons?
Yes, probably what happens. And and it's definitely what is happening on our next episode. So that is it. That is it for this episode. So thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in, and we will catch you on the next one.
Thanks, everybody.